this is Rock. We're going to talk about 4 functions: time, hour, minute, and second. So these are analogous to ones we've already covered with year, month, and day. It'll look familiar and make sense to you, I think, if you've seen those videos. Let's start with how the time function works. I'm going to type equals time. So this converts hours, minutes, and seconds in an Excel serial number with time. Remember we talked about how there's the Excel time stamp number. Let's say I'll give a 5-digit number here and hit enter, and then I'm going to format this as a date, and it shows this date. Okay, so this is January 27th of 2018. It just happened to be the number that I had put in there. If I change it back to general, the number that I put in was 43,127. Okay, that serial number happens to be for January 27th of 2018. If we turn it back to a serial number, I can put a 0.5 here. And then if I change it back to a date, it will have the date. But if I change it to a time format and give it the date and time, notice that the time is 12 p.m., which is halfway through the day. Let me show you this again here and make another change. This time I'm going to, when I change it back to general formatting, I'm going to change it to 75. So 0.75. And now if I change it back to this format, that's 6 p.m., which is 75% of the way through the day. So notice then that the time format in Excel is just a decimal point of the day. So you take those 24 hours and you divide them by some amount. In this case, you multiply it by 0.75, and you're getting 3/4 of the way through the day, and that's how the time works. It also works for seconds. If I had, let me change the date and time here to be, I'm going to say 9:15 p.m. and 45 seconds. I'm going to hit enter on that. I'm going to copy it down here just to re-emphasize that all the time format is just a decimal point. Okay, so this on the left of the decimal point is the date, the specific day. And to the right of the decimal point is the time. So that's how time works in Microsoft Excel. So one thing we can do here is we can see with the time function, we need to input hours, minutes, and seconds. Let's start with the hour function. The hour function, looking for a serial number, if I click on this, it gives 21. So that's the 21st hour in the day, which that makes sense for 9:15 p.m. So this was the hour. I'm going to do the minute, second here, and this one, if I say equals minute and then give it this serial number, it should say 15. And it does. And then if I do the same for the seconds and click here, that's 45. So if I changed this format to show the seconds, I could do a custom format and change this to have colon SS for seconds. It'll show the seconds on that. So you see how that works? All right, now we've got the last one to cover, which is time itself. So time wants an hour argument, it wants a minute argument, and it wants a second argument. If I take those, it's 9:15 p.m. It automatically formatted it with no seconds. If I want it to have seconds, I can just format that to be, I can do a colon and then SS for seconds. There we go. That's how hour, minute, second, and the time functions work. Next, we're finally going to get to the if function, one of the most powerful and useful functions in Excel. Don't miss it. See you then.